7-Eleven here in Zhuhai, and look at the little bags they give you. Have you ever seen them like that before? It's rather nice water, that is. That's the Chinese equivalent of Evian. And I have to say, you get a good price for it. There it is. It's called Ganton. Is that a C? Ganton. I'm not pronouncing it right. I can't read what it says actually, but it's a very good one. I had it last year as well, so really good. But look at those bags, eco-friendly. It's my hotel from the outside. One on the left here, and I'm up there on the 29th floor. So I'm just going to have a little look over here. And see where I look over. I thought I'd just, on my last afternoon, take your life into your own hands here. You have to sort of... They don't stop unless you make the intention of walking out in China, I've noticed. It's getting a bit like that in the UK. I actually think... I'm not sure what the law is here, but in the UK you can actually stand on the curb. If you don't put your foot on the zebra crossing, they don't have to stop, but they have to stop in the UK if you put a foot onto the zebra crossing. That's the law. So here, I think that's similar, but you have to make, if you're standing on the zebra crossing, you have to make the intention clear that you're actually moving, that you're going forward. And that's the same in Beijing, I noticed. I'm going there in a few days, so we'll have a little look at that again, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll see a very similar thing. This is just regular Zhuhai. This is the old part, by the looks of it, you know. Regular shops. It's like a spa or something. Now, I could have my feet done there. There's another spa there. Whether it's open or not. Hotel on the left. Dental practice. If my shirts are drying up there. Where's he going? Zhuhai is almost in the same kind of bracket as Thailand, but not quite so hot. But it does reach a very similar climate in the peak season. Probably just as equal, actually. Be interesting to experience Thailand as well at some point. A lot of British people, they never go to China, they're just quite happy to experience Thailand. For me, I've done the other way round. I've gone to China first and see what Thailand has to offer at some point. Got it all in there. I didn't realise that. It's a nice little convenience store. Oh my god, durian pizza. I'm not sure I want that. That's another foot massage place. Damn. You're never short of food in China, that's for sure. Oh god, there's fruit shops over here. Look at that, it's like Arkwright's in China, isn't it? Arkwright's in China. The Arkwright convenience store. More fruit. The thing is with these smaller fruit shops, it's not like the chains, you know, of supermarkets. So they can mark up their prices. A bit more expensive, especially if you're a foreigner, you're not familiar with the currency. I think it can be a bit, you know, a bit risky sometimes because you don't know they're going to give you a fair price. Sometimes it's better just to stick to the supermarkets, because you think to yourself, at least you know, hopefully you're getting a fairly good deal. You're not short of shops in China either. You noticed in Zhuhai there's not that many empty shops. Everything is, even after the pandemic, it's all functioning. There's always somewhere somebody cleaning. You know, you look at the ground. It's always somebody somewhere cleaning something. Oh well. I need to be fairly close to my hotel because my friend is going to pick me up at 4. At a fruit shop. That's like, so you start to get into the more local areas. I don't care what anyone says, and they say, oh yeah, you know, it's a really safe place. It is safe, but use your common sense, you know. Just always be aware of people. I don't know if somebody's got mental problems, you know, they have them here. I have to say most of the people I've come across have been very nice. There's been one or two that may be very indifferent, but that's normal. It's nothing to do with the country. These little flowers on the trees. Oh. They're weird, aren't they? Never seen those before. All on the trees there, flowering. I have to find out what they are. Yeah, look, one's just dropped. That's really dodgy because I'm walking right underneath these things. Do you know, what's the betting? I'm going to move out of the way because, oh my god, it's a car coming. What's that? There they are, look, on those trees. There's another one there. Oh, I need some bananas actually. Reminds me. Shangjiao. Oh, quite interesting. Some of these people, you know, don't see foreigners every day. Even in Zhuhai is not one of these smaller cities. It's one of the bigger cities, you know. Yeah. I wish I had learned more Mandarin. I feel really guilty because I skipped so many classes. You know, to be able to communicate is so important. If I lived here, there's no way I would not learn. I have a basic understanding of the language. And I must admit, because I've been in survival mode, aka thinking for myself and having to plan everything and do everything myself on this trip, my brain has been focused on survival and getting to know everything, and the language is something that I know so much of the language, but it's just sort of, I've completely forgotten it because my brain is thinking about all these other things, even like crossing the road. I mean, look, see? You think about the language. Look, see even that coming down. My God. It's got to be aware of everything. More building. Probably another one of these going up. I have no doubt. If you came back here in another year, you'd probably see that they're going up there. You see, these are new ones here. It's definitely got a Thailand vibe, hasn't it? Anyway. But you see the difference. You see the older parts, and then you come out through the shopping centre. You see the... Let's see if we can navigate this. Oh, it's fairly straightforward. But you see the differences between what we just saw there, and then you've got these huge sprawling metropolises that are just there. And this is what many of the YouTubers show you. Yeah, when they're saying China. There's one, he's always going on about China. He says it like that. And he's from England as well. But he only shows you he doesn't show you the warts and all. And he shows you what? Oh, I don't know. I don't have nothing to do with some of these people. Anyway, let's just... I keep walking, you can see how we merge gradually into kind of slightly less dated Hong Kong or Macau style buildings, which is what they are really. They're kind of based on the designs. All these buildings are copied, even in the UK, you know, they all copy each other. See from where we were, this much more modern street. Don't get me wrong, it's very nice. You know, it has to move. You have to move forward, like in the UK. I think the UK is going backwards, actually. I don't see much chewing gum on the ground here. You know, in the UK you see so much of that, those round blobs. I don't know how they appear actually, because I never actually see anybody spitting out chewing gum and smearing it into the ground. It's like crop circles. You know, those crop circles, they happen overnight. I think somebody just comes out at night and smears chewing gum all over the pavement in England, because I've never seen fresh chewing gum on the ground in England, but it seems to be everywhere on the pavement. It's really weird. Anyway, here is our modern metropolis, so you can see the difference, and they do a very nice job of it. It's all lights up at night. Public transport services are good. Very different to those streets we just saw, which are the older parts of China. You know, but it's gradually being modernised and it looks really good. I like it a lot. I think they're doing it nice. Nice time of year to come here. This modern shopping complex. I have to say it's very big. I've been here 4 days and I thought I know my way around, and I still get lost in there. I'm still going the wrong way all the time and can't find things, and it shows you they do it on a grand scale here. Very impressive. They do work hard. It doesn't just happen. It has to be maintained, and they maintain it well, and people have, I think they have a good respect for their things here. They don't go around smashing it up or having disrespect for anything. And well, the other thing I've noticed about here in this trip to China, I know they're human beings, and people, you know, there's a lot of marriage problems here. People's marriages are, you know, their divorce rates going up, and I know for a fact, you know, I have friends who their marriages have not been so good, and some, you know, suffer quite a lot, and they feel they need to maintain what they have, and there's still the stigma that the family will disapprove or disown them if they divorce. That still exists here. But I've noticed there's not that much aggression. You know, I don't notice any, certainly publicly. There's a distinct difference in what's happening in the UK. Culture seems to be less aggressive, certainly in public. You know, obviously they have human emotions and people get angry as well, but I haven't seen it, and I don't hear police sirens or, you know, people running around and causing problems. It's actually a very relaxing experience being out in public. You know, I saw last night by my hotel there's that play area, and children were out there at 9 p.m. last night, little ones, like that little boy there. They were out on the rides, and their parents were sitting there, and they were all so happy. This was 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night, and it was lovely. It was so lovely. I didn't film it. I just walked past. I don't want to interfere. I don't want to seem like, you know, I'm doing anything that's they wouldn't mind anyway, but I just want to leave them be, because I feel like our culture has been so toxified by things, groups and people with their own agendas. Here they're all, generally speaking, in a harmonious state. That it's not to say they're not, you know, people don't struggle or people don't have problems, but you know, there's people with a lot of problems here. But publicly, there seems to be a good social order, and that is, you know, there's no anger or physical aggression, or, you know, certainly nothing I've seen in public. You know, it's impressive. And people say, oh, you know, it's a communist country and all this and that, but I can walk around and not feel threatened or feel that somebody's going to steal my phone. Or if I do this in London, my God, I don't feel like this. I feel so relaxed here. You know, it's a nice place to be. Look at this kid. See? Anyway, I'm out of here. I've got to go and meet my friend, and we're going to go and see some sights. It's my last afternoon here in the daytime, and that, my friends, is what they call Free Valley. There we are. So I've just done had to get some toothpaste. This is a shopping centre you just saw from the outside. I have to say it makes me laugh, because they have the self-service checkouts there, and you've got all the security watching people. It's not weighted, so it's like Marks and Spencer's in England where you just scan it, and of course if you fail to scan something, it doesn't actually register, so potentially you could walk out with something for free by mistake. But they're all watching the receipts, and they're all looking at people scanning stuff. It makes me just think, why not just have staff on the tills? You know, all these staff are sitting there, standing around. It's like in England. So obviously, you know, self-service checkouts, same all over the world really.